Is everyone happy after some technical difficulties?
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again.
You know, I mean, it's better than me having to do the sound effects like live, where I'm like, oh yeah, we're just doing the sound effects like sometimes that's what required. It just flip on and off. On off. Yeah. Oh, already? It's already crashed. All right. And two.
Hey, there I am.
Hey, let's reticulate some splines.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and somebody keep track of the crash counter.
All right, there we go.
Because that's an excellent way to start this series. Crashed at the menu because we ignored
Crash
it.
at the menu. It's like Rock the Casbah. Crash the menu.
And then I'd been talking and I'd muted myself this entire time. So
Wow. You had literally muted. Okay.
yeah,
Oh
start as
my
you mean to
God.
go on. Exactly.
This is amazing. All right, so there we go. All
For
right.
those not initiated, this is about the weirdest game that Kojima did. Um, it's a marvel that it fucking runs. I mean, it's like, you ever see any of those like 3-cylinder engines?
Yeah. Yeah,
I can't believe he made this work on PS3 architecture, let alone
I
to
rented
emulate.
I rented a Ford EcoSport, one of the little like hatchbacks, like the size of a nutsack. They say
Mm-hmm.
it's like a crossover. They say it's supposed to be like, oh, it's you can go out and gym with your buddies and drive around and go down to the mall, like that, just like palling around with your friends kind of car. But it's an egg.
All right.
It's an egg. It looks like a smooshed Eclipse. No, not an Eclipse. Escape. Looks like a smooshed
Gotcha.
Escape, just like a little lower, right? And so it has a little 3-cylinder engine. And you know what I discovered is one, if you put that foot down to the floor, there is some motion that does occur. But beyond a certain point, any further motion down is an increase in noise, not an increase in power.
Very nice. So, before we get going, the first weird thing about this game, besides Snake smoking at a grave in the background, is you would think to play a new game, you would want to just start a new game. And you would be wrong, because if you play this way, you only see all the scenes where Snake lies about why he's in the Middle East. You have to watch the mission briefing to know the truth of why he's in the Middle East. That's
Wow.
a 30-minute cutscene. We're not going to sit through it. So he's in the Middle East because Liquid's there, and Campbell told him. All right,
got
we're
it.
moving forward.
He likes to go, like, smoke and hold his gun in a graveyard.
Yeah.
Just to freak out anyone else who happened to have a funeral there. You know what I mean?
And we're going to do... Yeah, fine. Solid normal.
Solid. Is this like that poop chart? You're like,
Yes.
where is it? And you're like, liquid normal or solid normal?
Oh, so these are weird. Kojima did not do these. He paid an American company to do these, and they're probably one of the best part of the game. There's fake TV shows, which are very uncomfortable and surreal and show the militarization of the entire society.
I hate to say this, but we have some of those After Effects. I think I recognize some of them. Yeah, I know that text. We have that. We use that with when we were playing with Hitman. Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, we've done that. See, exactly. See that right there? We've done exactly that pop-up. Yeah.
Yep.
We have that effect. You fucker, you guys were cheap.
So if you ever want to, all of these are on YouTube. That's the better way to watch them, because on each playthrough you can really only watch one.
Hey, they said that I am 70% volume to Texas 100. So apparently I am uncomfortably loud.
You are uncomfortably loud, and I am quiet.
Well, I have heard for years people wanted to hear less and less of me, so I get what they're saying.
Well, okay, let's try that.
See, it's all about balance.
It's all about... Is that any better, guys?
Probably.
Maybe?
Yeah, Dep is always kind of quiet. See, usually it's text that's hard to hear. Now let me say this. As he's sitting there doing his David Hayter,
Yeah.
and doing his whole thing, and I'm sitting there going like, is this necessary?
Oh God, it's never necessary. Okay, what about now?
Because this costs money, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
I
every
said,
minute
They
Well,
just blanket
understand.
paid an
Well,
American company
no,
to do that.
you don't understand this, Deb. But every minute you are seeing finished of this is probably, I don't know, another 20 that was shot
I'm
and then
certain.
edited. You know, so there's probably like reels and reels. There's films of this that Kojima has made that just had to get boiled down to this, and this was the most coherent part.
Yes, I'm quiet because I can't breathe when I laugh too hard. Typically. Alright, we've adjusted some audio. Tell me if that's better.
Oh, it's all about nonsense.
Tappy, tappy, tappy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. People are asking what I'm doing, and I'm telling them, fuck off, I'm streaming. And they're like, oh, where? And I'm like, Twitch. And they're like, where on Twitch? And I'm like, I'm not telling you. You
Yeah,
gotta figure it out.
do some detective work.
Yeah, do some detective work.
Patrick Zimmerman can't even spell his name right.
So if you and I, because Psynoc had us
Thank you, Spectre.
Psynoc had us solve a mock trial, or
Yeah.
participate in solving a mock trial recently.
We
based
were
on, like, the list.
coroner's investigators.
Yeah, we get to be we got to use our forensic experience and expertise to break things down, and we called it right, which was cool. We called it really well. Like Psydoc was very thankful, which was really neat. But,
Yeah.
It got me thinking of like two guys sitting around a desk, you know, with like the Murphy bed in the corner. It's like, we got to crack this case, you know.
God, I wanted the Murphy bed that looked like filing cabinets from Who Framed Roger Rabbit when I was a kid. I don't know why.
That movie. I watched that movie 100,000 times as a kid.
If
it's on TV now, I'll watch it. I'll stop and watch it.
Bob Hoskins is half of how I act as a detective.
Bob Hoskins is fan-fucking-tastic in that film. And he was, until his last days, he was down to do a sequel. Like, he was down. He was like, oh, I'd do a Roger Rabbit too. And I was like, fuck you.
Fuck yeah. Could you imagine if they just advanced the story and like the timeline along with how he'd aged? So we get 60s fucking Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, that would be an interesting thing. I mean, you get older, so do your cartoon and friends. That would be interesting, like a comment on aging or whatever. But I mean, it never happened. I don't know.
Old Man Mario?
No, there's only one Mario. That is Captain Lou Albano. Though, as I pointed out in that one episode we did, where I said that Captain Lou Albano was the most famous Italian captain in history, and that Italian fan said, no, it's Captain Scatino at the Costa Concordia. I was like, God, why? And it was the only reason the guy said that to dunk on his own country so much was because Scatino was from the next town over, and that was to shit on them. And I was like, God.
Yeah, god damn it.
Oh, yeah.
When the battlefield is under total control, war becomes routine.
Yeah, so sorry, we talked over it, but everybody's got nanomachines now, so wars are all done by PMCs with nanomachines, son.
Everybody's embraced short barrel AKs. It looks like about the average barrel length.
Didn't you know the AK-103 is the most produced variant?
AK-103 should be mass produced, but I mean, it's one of the best. It's if you ask me today.
Oh, yep, it's jammed. Just throw it in the dirt. Thanks, Snake.
It's got that gun DRM. It says how many days since you've activated it.
That's a thing in this game. That's a plot point even in this game. A major plot point. We're probably going to encounter it in like 6 sessions from now. I mean, if I'm being conservative. Hey, G3.
Yeah, doing some work.
They use G3s in cutscenes, but Scar 17's in game.
Well, it looks like a G3 almost, but with it or the top of a Setme L, but at a larger size with kind of a Scar L stock. And maybe that's because he was trying to portray the Spurs stock, which I don't care about. I think they're okay, but I'll wait till they get
But
not
Spur
$1
stock
billion.
wasn't invented yet when this came out.
There were a lot of stuff like it. I remember seeing on the
Yeah,
aftermarket.
yeah, there was
because there
a
was
whole
well in
piss pot full
none
of
of
ways
them-
to attach an M4 buffer tube to a G3.
not a lot of them were really attractive for long.
Oh,
though,
God,
'cause
no,
I
they
remember
broke.
because. Well, it was you would get into Robert's RTG or HK Parts, and you would see like a host of them, and it would be like, "Oh yeah, this is available." And you're like, "Wow, some guy made a a larger scale PSG1 insert with the heavy buffer, so you could put that on a G3." And then you find out a week later they all break because it's not the right plastic.
Yeah.
Even though it looks awesome, it's like, wow, you could Hollywood dress a gun that's made out of airsoftium.
The Tactical Tailor Mark II rig he's wearing there. Ah, excuse me, that was a 102, not a 103.
Oh
Hold
no.
on. Gotta
Well, the
go
103
into
is a longer barrel. The 103 is a longer barrel in configuration, but it's one of the things. The AK Century series guns are all just really solid. They're really
Yeah,
solid AKs.
Don't know what happened there. Da-da-da. Oh, and we're back into a cutscene. I ran, what,
Alright, so we
10 feet?
10 feet, man. You got to take a gun out and have a cigarette.
To Square, it says, man, I love these BPL videos where Tex and Dep watch movies.
Yeah, Dep's driving this one.
Yeah, stun knife? I don't use the stun knife. Everybody dies. In this game especially, everybody dies.
So what are they fighting over? Is this just like is this just a third-person insurgency sandstorm match or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, hold on. There's some malicious mooing. Yeah, no, they never explained why they moo. But they do. They also shit. Because, that's something you want in a robot.
Why?
Like, these guys have been in this war zone for long enough, they'd know. I mean, it's like when you hear A-10 engines overhead. You're like, okay, it's time to stop being in the open.
Yeah, it's time to go into what remains of the sewers and, open this can of beans and talk about life for a while. What if he just threw marbles down and it slipped?
Well,
What if what if he broke out a giant pillow-sized bag of Legos and dumped it under its feet?
I do like this music.
See, I don't understand why it's supposed to terrify people. If you want to terrify people, the Krauts had it right. Siren of Jericho, their ass. But I mean, it's you have a giant
Come on,
blue thing.
come on.
I mean,
Alright, I guess I can't
here's a-
jump out of that.
when it comes down to battlefield weapons, I have a question, and it comes down to just density of materials, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And follow my logic here. Follow the way I see the world here, which I admit is autistic and very strange. It's a very strange view of the world, but let's take it this way here. You have this thing that is about the size of a tank, right?
Yeah, it's about the size of a tank.
And it moves around pretty fast. So it's probably not as dense as a tank.
No, run.
No, you gotta do the I'm old walk. But what I'm saying is, if it can move around that fast, it's not as dense as a tank. And if it's not as dense as a tank, that means if I bring things that can blow up tank density objects, I win, right?
Yeah.
I think that's simple. I think I've kind of figured that out. So I mean, again, it's like it's not an ultimate weapon if an AT4 can blow a trash can lid size hole through it. It's like, oh, it's the ultimate blam.
Yeah. Nope, nanomachines. Yeah. Gotta stop for a smoke. That was really stressful.
Like, why doesn't he do the Vietnam thing and just be smoking the whole thing and just be touching cigarette butt to cigarette butt? I also love how he blames his state of poor health on the nanomachine thing and not chain smoking.
Yeah. Why would it locomote that way? What process in its little computer brain said that was the best way to accomplish its end goal?
I see it's got ED209 disease.
He actually uses that gag here in a second, if I remember. Yeah, it's an Ed 209, but with fucking stripper legs.
It's put that time in, man. It's put that time in and it's showing off. You know?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got cables.
It's got the grabby cable. But his foot is stronger than the winch.
Well, I know that leg muscles are stronger than winches, especially as you get older. You know, those joints tend to get stronger.
Yeah. There we go. There's the Ed 209 gag. It can't go upstairs. What did they build this fucking building out of that it can withstand this kind of weight in those walls?
Well, I was gonna say plot armorium, as in terms of building, because these buildings have been around in every movie and every video game ever, and they only get slowly pulled apart. They typically just don't fall down. Apparently, wherever this was like, we need to harden this place against, I don't know, H-bombs. Because every single thing you find that's ripped open has reinforced concrete rebar just sticking out of everything.
Yep.
It's just like, even internal walls have reinforced concrete.
Oh, no place for Hideo. He was feeling persecuted all the way back here. Ah, and there we go. They take a shit on the watermelons. We have to fight those things here in like 3 hours.
Necessary context. Necessary context.
The suit never does that again, by the way.
Just why?
Oh yeah, they fucked off. Mission accomplished. Oh yeah, that's America's ass right there. It's the ass of Shadow Moses. Yeah, this is a Marlboro commercial. You're right.
It pretty much is. You never see anyone inhale in a Marlboro commercial or ever talk.
They just look cool. Without
pretty much.
acknowledging that that is their only purpose.
Opening theme, lyrics by Hideo Kojima. Someone go look up the lyrics to that and see if it's as mind-bendingly mad. Yeah. Go look up the songs that Kojima has written.
Snake doesn't litter anymore. He's got a little container for his cigs. Also, he wasted like that entire cigarette.
Like, finish your fucking cigarette, dude. Like, if you're gonna have a smoke break, fucking earn it.
So this is clever. Somebody who knew something told him this. I did find out something about his foreign military advisor.
Yeah.
So I had been saying that the man had only ever been Tokyo SWAT, but he actually was also Foreign Legion for as short an amount of time as the French would let him be. He did 4 years in the Legion.
I'm sure those are some fun stories.
Yep.
A Japanese dude in the French Foreign Legion?
I'm sure it went exceptionally well.
Yeah, the French are known for being very tolerant of people who don't speak French fluently. I spoke with a Foreign Legionnaire who told me...
That's as short an enlistment as the French will allow you to do anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the French Foreign Legion said that, well, this guy's experience in French Foreign Legion said, you know, he's like, He said it's not necessary to learn French. They'll teach you.
Yeah. Yep.
But he said, if
Oh,
if you don't
flashback.
get it, he said if you don't get it right, you will regret it.
Yeah. If anybody wants to know kind of what the more modern Legion, the less romanticized Legion is like, Mouthful of Rocks is an excellent look at what it was like in the 70s, which is about the most modern thing I've found that's not novelization or fiction.
I've only found, like you say, like little tiny stories that are, in essence, framings of events, but mostly fictionalized.
This speaks pretty real to somebody who left one military because he didn't like it and thought another would be better. And found that was not the case.
Proteome analysis was positive. But the
No assassins camp out in the graveyard. He's visiting all the time. That's where you're
Yeah,
wrong,
he just-
kiddo. That's a plot point.
hardened arteries.
This entire
just
game
basically-
is stapling something from Metal Gear Solid 2 to something random from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Tests were able to
This is where canon completely breaks down.
I hate that so many people I know who are like, Kojima's great. I think that Kojima is Wagnerian. And that there are just 4 or 5 minutes of Ride of the Valkyries, right? And you're just going like, oh, that's fucking great. And then the rest of it is just hours of, why?
snake.
That's how Kojima feels. Because people point out parts of Kojima games they like. Oh, the part in the tanker, I love sneaking around and blah blah blah. That's fine and all. That's cool.
Not to mention Fox.
But typically they don't say as a whole I enjoy sitting down and playing any part of the game. It's very specific pieces.
You're right. But we don't know where Naomi is.
Ukrainian Tapwater says this game's purpose is to tie together things that were never meant to be tied together.
Yeah. He
And
never
I agree with that.
expected to make this game, is kind of what I figured.
Well, I agree with that because it's one of those things of the biggest mistake I think that any longer standing universe makes is the belief that it is made better, fundamentally better.
Would be your daughter's wedding.
Oh,
by
yeah, Meryl's his
time
daughter now,
elements.
not his niece.
Yeah, and
They don't
that's what I
explain
mean.
that.
What I'm saying is I hate when universes tie things together sloppily.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, like, let me give you an example. If you take all of Master and Commander as a book series as perfect canon, despite it being fiction, you start to raise questions of, like, time and places and speeds and all these other things that naturally wouldn't be possible. However, if you take them all as episodes of otherwise kind of blurry, generalized background, it works.
I'll explain along the way.
So there is a certain thing of saying, yes, each of these games should be ideally its own thing, but the problem is every time I've heard MGS4 explained to me, and it does frequently become explained to me in this abstract sense, you find that, I don't know, people try to say, oh, it ties everything together. And I think the point is clear, like, why would you need to? Like, if everything's episodic, you don't need to answer all the questions, do you?
Well,
I mean, we don't need to do the, like, all right, let me give you a good example. Star Wars. Lucas went back and did the prequels. Do you think he really had to?
oh, God, no.
No, you don't have to explain everything. Like, he midichlorians could have not explained that at all. Could have said
Yeah.
it's fucking magic, and we would have been like, oh, yeah, all right. Oh, this is the part I ranted about on the podcast, where it's like a little kid making eggs.
Yeah, it's
And
Olga
I was like-
Gerlukovich's kid. You remember she had a
Well-
kid? It's a Metal Gear
that's-
Solid 2 thing and the Metal Gear Solid 3 thing that they've stapled to it.
Did she put any butter in that pan?
No.
Or is that just an exceptionally non-stick pan?
Uh,
Because
They're getting a little Teflon in their eggs.
well,
I
'cause,
think
like,
she uses
alright.
a metal spatula too.
Oh my god, no! No! Fuck. Because, like, I know a lot of people are like, okay, like, I got mad once. This was in college. I stayed over at a girl's house after we'd had a date.
Oh, see, they made
And-
you think you needed to pick up the controller, but you don't yet.
No. So I stayed up after at a lady's place, and I heard scraping in the kitchen, and I thought, oh, somebody's making bacon in a cast iron pan, and I got excited.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody making eggs with metal on metal, and I was just like standing in the doorway, just like, ah, ah, ah. Like, if you had revealed that you were an Eldritch being at that point, same amount of horror, same amount, equal amount. I was just like, ah, ah.
Did you run, Tex? Asked Rimward Harold.
My interest was curtailed after that point.
Yeah.
I'm an
You
odd
know-
person. But there are lines, sir. There are lines of decency, and you know this.
You know, I cook a lot in cast iron. I really like the way that it cooks.
Yeah, but you do know that, like, you don't take hot non-stick and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
burn
yeah.
some shit onto it, then use metal to pry it off and be like, mmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I don't think I have anything non-stick. I've got stainless steel and I've got it's like
Stainless steel's-
70s. It's 70s stainless steel with the copper bottom. It is Revereware.
Stainless steel
think
is
it
fine.
was-
I mean, because you can burn the shit out of things on stainless steel and then just scour the fucker clean. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
as long as you know what you're doing, stainless steel's fine. A lot of people shit on it. It's
I think
not bad. It's
I
just-
think this was somebody's wedding present that I picked up the entire set at the
Aw.
Goodwill for like $5.
oh,
But
fuck
it is
yeah.
Revereware. It is all in pristine shape.
See, this is where I get excited because one of my favorite cooking vessels I ever had was one of those like 60s La Cruzes, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Where it's like the giant enamel like bowl with handholds, like you could
Everybody
forge
dies.
ingots. You could forge ingots in a La Cruse.
Yes.
Like it was oh my god, that thing made like 12,000 roasts and then somebody took it. I bought that thing like 8th hand. Like I was its 8th owner. They last forever. Are you just humping the ground? Please don't do
This
that.
is the super slow crawl. So that
Oh
is an
my
option.
God.
I just had to show you guys.
It makes as much sense as anything else Kojima suggests because, like, let's say I'm a sniper and I see somebody hit the ground and then slow hump the ground forward, I will indeed not shoot them for a second or two while I go, what are they doing? Then I will shoot them.
The AI is marginally smarter in this one. Like they do pretty good tactics.
Pretty good. Like, Discount Dan's pretty good tactics.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Are you just gonna dick shoot everybody, or
Yeah.
seems like that striker is really not good at stuff?
Yeah, it's not
Just sitting
striking.
there. It's not. It's not. It is sitting, and its remote weapons system is not doing great. Seems like also those.
Ah, I
Little,
was out of ammo.
seem like those fun little close-in helmets are.
Those are actually bump helmets. Those are not ballistic.
Oh, I know. I'm just
They're
saying that I
skateboard
was-
helmets, essentially.
I'm saying these little close-in CQB helmets seem to be, however, making them somehow very bullet resistant.
Yeah, it's because of the fucking setting we're on.
Okay, look, here's one thing that I think that would be great. Here's one thing that I think would be really fun. Is what do you guys think we should do next for after once we beat Metal Gear Solid? What do you say that we make Deputy play for the very first time? The first Deus Ex.
Yeah, I've never played it.
Oh god. Like it's if I just made you play Deus Ex, I've played it through a few times, but it's been a long time. I can rehash my memory and it can be kind of an exploration, but it's a damn good game and you can do lots of weird stuff.
I'd always heard that.
You can do lots of fun things. Like if you're like I want to just be a guy who runs around with a pistol that you slowly upgrade and get really sick with, you can do that. If you want to run around and be a dick, who's like, I have hacker brain, I hack all the ATMs for petty cash, you can do that.
Oh, hold on. Yep.
You can also just go around and like
There we
stealth
go.
people.
Carpet cam.
Oh man.
85% hidden here. Nobody will notice me. They can walk
Yeah,
on me.
they're gonna go, who is that exceptionally like buff old man laying on the ground? Is he flexing for some reason? I'm uncomfortable and leave. That's what will happen.
It's only what you think will happen. Hold on.
Yeah, if you want in Deus Ex, you can be as loud or quiet. You can be as lethal or non as you want.
Mattress cam.
It's one of the few. I hate this. It's one of the few.
I can't save
ways-
camouflage yet because I haven't talked to Otacon about it.
Ugh. But it's one of the few ways in which you can really play however you want in a game, in a lot of very silly, goofy ways. So
Yeah, I forgot. Snake won't lay on bodies.
oh, don't worry, Whacker. I don't think that'll impact Deputy's way of playing at all.
Huh?
Oh, he says that it's pointing out that the game was bugged post map 4, so any knockouts count as kills for dialogue purposes. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
that'll-
Nah.
Yeah, in Hamster of Wrath is correct. In Deus Ex, their decisions you don't even know are decisions, and that gets really trippy in that game. You're
I
like,
believe it.
What? And so it was one of those games that has a lot of fun layers, and it's kind of simple in its interface, but it's not as, say, torturous or hard to use as something like System Shock. You can't play it like a shooter. You need to play it like Ross Scott said, more like a serial killer
Oh,
with
yep.
superpowers.
And the tactical reload is no more. If you switch off a weapon and then switch back, it retains whatever ammunition you left in it or didn't.
There's a lot of really good conspiracy stuff in that game because it's that fine layer of stuff that's a little too real to be comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Which means they did their job.
the crow's mount on the striker is completely fucking blind. It didn't notice me.
Well, it can because you're an old man and you've done your squats and you've done your slow hump, and obviously that has made you invisible because your fitness is so high that you can just sit here and smoke, shoot at it, whatever, no big deal. All right, let's just crawl. Okay, look, I bet Dep, please don't hump your way through this situation. I don't want that to be what people remember of this.
It's the most accurate thing I can do, though.
I hate it. All right, so what are we gonna do now?
Well, they chose violence.
I know they did. That's fair.
Hold on. Tire cam. Sorry. I can't believe that's a thing.
If we had to make our own brand of BPL camo that was just impractical for the sake of, you know, flagging all of our guys as a uniform combatant, what pattern would you choose if you could choose any?
Not tire cam.
Not tire cam?
It didn't work real well.
No. Cobblestones would be kind of funny.
Come on, there's a way up here.
You know, I would do fall leaves, like a pile of leaves, so you could just crawl into a pile of leaves like a child.
Fuck! I'm gonna have to kill them.
Okay, Iron Phoenix says Hilton carpet pattern.
Oh, yeah. Carpet cam. But the original carpet cam. You know, they changed those carpets because of those guys. Yeah, is he there? Come on.
This is HQ. We're under attack. Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
People are like, yeah, this looks normal. Notice how that statue has hair? You know that statue has hair, right?
Yeah.
That statue with hair? The one that's slightly different in scale and
Well, I
age and
held it.
not stone.
I pressed the button too hard, so I broke the dick off that statue. So now he's just got to feign grabbing its dick. But yeah, they'll not really notice me.
You know, it's one of those things where you're just gonna be a guy. You're just gonna be a guy sitting here, and if you die at this moment, you realize you're gonna die being that guy who is holding a dong. Which I'm not trying to say is like a bad way to go out if that's in your top 10, but for a special operations guy, probably not what he was envisioning, right?
No. Let's see. So Night Desert Camo gets a really short wrap. It was actually fairly effective for what it was supposed to do. Which was defeat Generation 0 and Generation 1 night vision optics. Primarily Generation 0, because that's all the Russians had at the time.
Oh, come on. You don't like El Blindo?
So, yeah.
Oh, wait. The Reverend Kalama has it. World War I ship camo. Razzle dazzle. You get on a scope and look at a person and you're like, ah, why?
Razzle Dazzle would be a pretty clever one.
Razzle dazzle. Let's do razzle dazzle. Like, imagine if you had the digital camouflage, but the pattern on it was razzle dazzle. That would be hilarious. It hurts to look at. You're like, ah! A drone flies by. Okay, I have another idea for camo.
Shoot.
All right. What if we made on the camo a pattern to where when observed by a low-flying drone flying by, it read a QR code and then, like, break the drone? So they're like, everyone lay down, and then the drone flies by and you just see it crash. It rickrolls the operator. No, that would just get you napalmed. He'd just call down heavier stuff.
Yeah.
At that point, the guy's like, why I oughta.
Ba-ba-da-ba. I'm only sneaking around here until I get to the point where I unlock weapons.
I think an AK-102 is okay for what you're doing. Point
Yeah.
blank into dicks is pretty good. These guys are walking like they weigh nothing.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
They're like bouncing as they move. Like, I've seen the competition between like GIGN and all those other dudes when they do that stuff, and they move like lightning. Like, they move through an area. and it's just like they touch everything once and it's gone, and they leave.
Yeah, but when you see them actually physically run, you can tell they're carrying like 200 pounds of shit.
Oh yeah, they look like they're running like they're pulling a train.
Yeah.
Because they are carrying a fuckload of ammo and everything else, you know. Urban
Look,
Operator.
it's the police knots robot. Didn't everybody love that?
Remember when I made another game that was different?
Otacon.
What if that little thing that popped out had porn on it?
Allow me to introduce Metal Gear.
I think you can change that image
Gear.
because it's just a FMV.
Like Rex.
Look, flashback to Rex. There's a lot of things about flashbacks. The entire theme of this game is that war is fucked up and it hurts your mental health. I'm sure you've noticed we've replaced the camo meter with a stress meter underneath this bar. If you get too stressed out, you just can't kill any more people.
You know, that's one of those things. Is like I love that Kojima has just beautifully summed up such timeless works as All Quiet on the Western Front with War Stressful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Left eye.
Looks like an eye patch.
Ah, hey, and now there's a throwback. Another snake with an eye patch.
Goggle that displays radar images and other data in 3D. You can also switch it over to light amplifying night vision.
What if he turned that on and you heard like electric noises like arcing and then Snake died?
Just, this is what actually is killing him, is the cancer from
Looks like they've got the
The eye patch?
the eye patch.
At least
Yeah, from the eye patch. It's just irradiating his brain.
It's a tiny RTG. That's how it's powered.
you need to protect yourself.
I love how he's
Otacon,
trying
why
to
do you
take-
look like Dollar General Adam Driver?
I love how there's this robot that's just like, hey, here's another 1911. And he's like, is there 45 in this war zone? And he's like, look, it's a custom gun. And he's like, answer the question, robot. Is there 45 in this fucking war zone?
Can I get
Are you-
45?
Thoughtful.
So
Why do
we're
you
not
have a
gonna be
Ruger?
we're not gonna be using that Ruger. That's the tranquilizer gun. It's the Trank Ruger. The Truger.
It's getting tough these days.
Yeah, all right. Redrillin says very simply, war is stressful, eye patches are cool.
Thanks, Otacon. Now my depth perception is fucked. Yeah, we're ignoring this robot. I never use it.
You coming?
Maybe I'm just too violent to need a robot that can spot everybody for me, but fuck 'em.
Activate stealth so it doesn't
So it turns out radioactive isotopes close to the eye give cancer. Who knew?
Snake. The informants who said they saw
My eye
If this
patch is
robot-
warm, Otacon. Why?
If this robot can do all of this fine dexterity and all these other things and all this other stuff, why don't they just make a bunch of them robots and get it to do all the hazardous stuff and Snake stays at home?
So the trank gun is just shooting 22s at people? Sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, you wear them down.
I can
wear 'em
also
down.
shoot the wind at people, and it makes them have an emotion. And depending on
What?
which wind I shoot, it can give
What?
them that emotion.
What?
Yeah. So your emotion
Uh,
that you get
I
might be joy,
what?
or it might be fear,
But
or it might be the other two emotions that I forget that the octopus lady will give you.
wait, but
Oh yeah, the AK-102 wouldn't do anything to these assholes, but 45 gets them every time. They all fall to hardball.
that's true.
There's also some half-ass thing about war bad, selling guns bad in here. So there's a war economy in which you sell the guns you pick up to, get money to buy more guns.
That's
'cause
the guy
war
who has
bad.
like the monkey that drinks soda.
Yes. Yeah.
All right,
It's
I'm remembering this unfortunately correctly. Okay.
It's a Richard Gere monkey guy. That is the one.
Solid-eyed. So Marvel.
Yeah.
Shoot them all in the head or something. I don't know. It seems to be 45 is the way to go, man. I hate to say this.
I
but
just
these
want
guys
their
seem to be
fucking
very-
scars.
You can't have them.
No, I'm picking them up.
You're not allowed. No, sorry. You can't have it. You can't use that. It's not allowed.
Hey man, could you die real quick? Thank you. I
You're
want
not
those
allowed to die.
AKs.
Yeah, just... Okay, there we go. Just gonna take all these. And how is he not dead from the artillery shrapnel? Well...
Don't worry about it. Hold on. Let me remember the give friend button.
Can't spare any reinforcements. You'll have to make do.
Is it that
give
one?
friend.
Yeah.
You're just standing there as they're being attacked by... You
Yeah, I can interrupt him to give him this compress. And if I do that enough, like 50 times, they really like me. That's a grenade. We're just gonna let that one happen. And you know, walk forward to increase your bank account. Come on, that was both thighs.
That guy's like, nope. Just keep shooting that dick. Keep shooting that dick.
They call me Dick.
They call me Dick Shootington.
Ah,
Yeah,
there we go.
412 rounds now.
Uh-huh. Alright, somebody else bit it. Give me your gun. Thank you. Could you go ahead and die for me? If I kill them myself, then they get angry and shoot at me. So I'll just let the PMCs do it. Sorry, man. He just got scared and dropped it. Alright, that's good enough. We'll fuck off before the second striker gets here.
I mean, that seems like the way to do. Just make a little bit of money.
Yeah, no, all I'm doing is I'm putting 20s in that bank account, man.
20s, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
It's all about the Jacksons, baby.
I make several dozen dollars a day, I'll have you know.
Who's that?
How dare you call me idle?
How do I give this to the guy? Was it that? No. Was it
Looks
this?
like you're trying to kiss the guy. Like you just walked up and turned him around. You were gonna
Nope,
surprise
fuck.
him.
Don't shoot me. I'm friendly.
Ow. Deb, don't hurt mans.
Well,
Why do you hurt that poor man?
here I go killing again.
He was in a lonely basement looking for that can of beans which you just found. Oh well. I suppose war never really does change.
You know, he shouldn't have been angry about me pushing my rifle up against his chest. Now, nobody saw me do that, so they shouldn't be angry with me. But if they are, I do have the rebel disguise I can put back on.
The
No.
rebel disguise.
They are angry with me.
Why? What did you do?
I don't know. Something about hoarding ammunition?
I don't know. Maybe they figured out you weren't one of them.
Hold on. Yeah.
Maybe it's the being the old white guy part. They're like, this guy didn't join the fight for 10 minutes and smoked a bunch of cigarettes, then crawled around shooting people in the dark, and then he was like talking to a robot in a room, and then
we
he
gotta
shot
go
some
all
of us.
crap.
Oh god.
I mean, yeah, there we go. Everybody likes a 3-color desert ass. Tiger Strike looks nice, actually. But this is not what I was looking for.
Are you just gonna spin that old man?
If
even
I
out
spin
his
it enough, I
wrinkles, or-
think he'll throw up again.
Don't do that. He's old. He's very old. He's easily upset.
Clearly, there's some way to put that disguise back on, but I don't remember it. So I guess they're going to die. It's just the way it is.
They chose.
Just the way it is. I wish you'd stop calling me that. I'm really a nice guy.
Says the guy who shoots them predominantly in the legs and dick. I'm not a nice man. Proceeds to maim and wound. Shoots the wounded repeatedly.
Can I have that? Thank you.
Well, they chose.
Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and take your drugs. Don't mind me.
I'm just gonna do this Valium.
There's some ammo back there. Man, that really sucks. I wish your caretaker hadn't shot me.
Oh well. That was their choice.
Yeah.
Now they will live.
They made their bed. They're gonna lie in it.
Well, briefly, until those wounds fester, then they won't. Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
Oh, hey, there was some 45 there.
Oh, cool. You can put them down in one shot.
Why would I want to? They're the ones who turned on me. All I did was bump a guy in the chest like it was a nightclub in Miami.
Well, now you're done.
Yeah, this is not the way this was supposed to go. I was trying to give him compress because it makes a little heart over their head when you do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now you can put them 6 feet under because of that tragic misunderstanding.
Yeah, now I'm putting a little heart emblem in their chest with 556.
No friends for old man Snack.
Not after what I've seen. Done. Is that locked? That is not locked. Well, that seems like a much better use for that 5th weapon slot.
You know, I'm saying this. PG-7 rockets, point blank range, pretty interesting tunnel fighting technique. Let's see how it works. Let's see.
Oh, and now they're a actual Playboy. There we go.
You know, that's the thing about Playboy is if I found a Playboy, I would probably read it just to get a read on what's relevant in pop culture in America. If I was in a war zone, you know what I mean? I'd just be like, oh.
Well, you look
shit.
at like the Yugoslav wars, right? And all of those guys had like pop culture Americana glued to the stocks of their rifles. Because that were just that.
It's something different, man. Look, is that guy okay with you now?
I don't know. He gave me an HK-21 though.
Oh, good. All right. That's good enough. I think that's another good. You get a lot of 7.62 by 51. Oh, man. Well, that guy's pretty tough. He was.
That guy, yeah. Gonna have to use a compress and eat a ration and sit and de-stress for a bit. Don't mind me.
And get that HK-21.
Yeah.
Just lay down. Yeah, just lay down in the melt position. I've done this from time to time myself when overwhelmed by the world. I just, you know.
I
lay.
think everybody does.
I think we all really, in essence, work all day long so we can lay on the floor some of the time. Not all of the time.
No Country
would
for Old
accomplish nothing.
Snake.
Yeah.
This is the game with the weird photo mode for bosses. It is. It is slimy as fuck, and I feel dirty every time it happens. Would I recommend it? It's interesting. There was never a game like this before this was made, and nobody is ever making a game like this ever again. RPG-7 sniping? Yep. Dep was doing fine until he started asking if he was being detained. I panicked. I panicked and I slit that man's throat with the stun knife. It happened. I'm not proud of it, but we're moving on.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like REO Speedwagon says, you have to roll with the changes.
Yep. And one of those changes was to that man's lividity. Oh, Jesus, they dragged him all the way down here? Oh, there's another one. Oh, they're giving me grenades? Grenades are fucking awesome. Ooh, war crime grenade. Alright. So I got myself an HK-21 and some war crime grenades. Should that be venting into a space like this? I would think there should be an exhaust vent.
I'm just gonna say this. Don't criticize my RimWorld bases. And you know, I won't criticize yours. Like you were upset at the venting room, the hot room, and then the uranium jail. You said that they were all very inhumane.
Yeah.
The manifold room. Sorry, not the venting room. The manifold room. Which is funny, because when I turned that reactor on, that room went from 0 degrees to like 500 degrees instantly.
Strange that. Ooh, it's not a Molotov cocktail, because that was patented. It's a petro bomb. Did I do that? Oh well. Let's see if the next Middle Easterners remember me.
How are they talking back and forth? Do they have like, are they handing out pamphlets with information? Or do
You
they
know,
have,
I think that
like,
everybody that has
I don't
known
see
that
radios.
I'm not a great guy has died pretty quickly. I wouldn't
I
think
don't
that
see
information
radios.
would be really...
You know, like, I don't see radios. So I'm wondering, like, how are they telling everybody, like, hey, this guy is the bad guy. The guy that looks like Lee Marvin, but worse. He's
yes! It's diaper monkey time! He's drinking narc cola. Isn't that so subtle?
Pretty sweet, huh? Whoa, hold it. Watch where you
It'd be
point.
funny if you just shot the monkey and left.
Would have been like, you're a
like-
weird man. Bam!
Who are you? Neither enemy nor friend. Voila. You're not with the militia, and you're not PMC. I'm a weapons wholesaler. All shapes, all sizes. But there's no need to worry, because all my shit's been laundered. Laundered?
Who does he look like? He looks like Dennis Rodman. No.
What if he fucked up his magic trick and then he pulled the pen while doing all that? And he's like, fuck. All right. Long story short, military industrial complex. And then, like, is sitting there trying
Just
to put it in a
detonates.
box. Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman and his hairless soda drinking monkey.
It sounds like something that would be a bad commercial, like Sponge Monkeys.
Game audio is super low. Did they shave that monkey? No, it came like that.
No, that's just what happens when you drink Narc Cola. Monkey balding goodness. From Narc Cola. It'll bald a monkey in no time.
Oh yeah, it's like, you know, Coca-Cola will eat a tire.
Yeah, Narc Monkey will, you know, that's on the side of the can. It shows that monkey.
So Dennis Rodman here cleans weapons so that your nanomachines will work with all the weapons you pick up if you pay a nominal fee. You can tell that he's a war merchant because he paired that pinstripe jacket with Desert Tiger pants.
You know what I would do if I had to create some crazy military industrial complex abomination person who stalked around like some sort of moral reminder that these things exist and are sometimes frighteningly necessary and thus overlooked?
Uh-huh.
I would make him a modern P.T. Barnum. I'd make him a modern P.T. Barnum. I would make him absolutely truthful, but boisterous and larger than life. So it'd be like, Come now, friends, wouldn't you want to buy the latest in skull-crushing goodness with a 4570 step right up? I'll clean that gun so you can kill 10 of thousands of people. No one will ever know. Like, I would make it a guy like
options. I swear to God,
Yeah.
I turned on cutscene subtitles.
The frame's pretty rigid. No rattle.
The frame's pretty rigid, no rattle.
Give her a squeeze.
That doesn't matter on an AR-15.
that. It's an AR-15, it's not a sniper rifle.
The rifle I shot in basic, I could slip paper between the fucking upper and lower receivers. I could see light through it.
Bet you're using an older generation of nanomachine.
Yeah, it's an AR. It's like, this is a disposable rifle. This is yours now.
Who are you? Slow down.
I do like
Right out of
he's got a ticket pocket on that jacket too. And it looks like he's got a sweater vest underneath the ascot, underneath the jacket.
Production control.
Because he likes sweating in a war zone. It's very stylish.
Yeah, because the normal suit jacket wasn't enough.
What if he just hands you the monkey as like, that's his upsell? He's like, and a monkey I'll throw in.
It's a side of AT the public don't see.
The monkey comes standing.
From the looks of it, you ain't with any
Remove that quote.
but you ain't exactly green neither. You've got last gen nanomachines.
Have 4 layers, just what you need in the desert.
Former U.S. Army. I don't know what you're here for.
I didn't even blouse him. He's wearing like fucking Timberland boots.
So, can we talk business or what?
I
Won't regret it.
You make me uncomfortable, sir. Oh, hold on. Mommy's calling.
What's your take on Emoticon?
I don't particularly like the guy, but it looks like we'll need his help with those ID guns.
What
Is he just gonna have this
part of these
conversation?
guns ID tags you in so that you can use it?
Well-known gun
That you
owner
can't just
with
take out with a
war
pocket
service.
knife.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
I
Are
see
they
all the
telling
normal
me-
pins on that AR lower.
Are you telling me that, you know, somebody who makes AR lowers made one that has a 1000% correct, like, crypto powered by the blockchain encryption system that's live and infallible?
You can create
Yes.
My gun has biometrics and a monkey.
That's a crash. All right. Well,
That's great.
technical difficulties. We'll be right back. we're back at it. We're going to need to figure out how to do a counter in OBS for the number of times it crashes without warning or recourse.
Well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We miss some cutscenes? Oh no.
I think that one's going to set us back about 5 minutes of gameplay.
5 minutes of gameplay. Oh god. 5
Yeah,
minutes
I
of
know.
of gameplay. Yeah, you're right on that. Gameplay.
Going to be like 30 minutes total.
I know, 30 minutes total, but 5 minutes of that gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Thrilling
Yeah.
gameplay.
This game has all the writing and narrative of Hunter Call of the Wild.
What I'm saying is, get used to seeing this screen.
Remember, art.
Snake, it's kind of a schlep, but I've sent you data on
Alright, so Metal Gear, you're gonna run around, and then you have to listen to the ape man, who has the small ape. He is sitting there, he is the ape salesman selling small apes. He's the door-to-door ape man. He comes by, you know, there's the milkman, right?
Yeah.
This guy comes by with an APC, and he's like, "Your apes? How many do you wish?" And you're like, "Ah, I will have 4.
4 is a
That's his job,
reasonable
I
number.
guess. I go through 4. It's like Space Station 13. Like, how many monkeys do you go through a day? I go through 6 monkeys a day on the conveyor belt. They are crushed without remit or wonder. Happens all the time. You know, it's just one of those things. Like, he sells apes and guns, sometimes soda, sometimes soda.
Well, I
Necessary
mean,
items in a war zone.
when you've got a good soda, sometimes
he
people
sells-
just
yeah.
buy it.
Yeah, so, yeah, ape door-to-door ape salesman with his APC, soda, hairless and non-apes both.
Ah, see here? It gave me an RPG 7. So that I have the opportunity to solve this problem for the rebels. Should I so choose.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, you could go to the ape salesman and you say, "Good ape salesman, sir, could I have enough simians to turn the tide of combat this day?" And they would say, "Huzzah! Say no more!" And he opens the back of that APC in 30, 40 apes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is but a humble traveling monkeys, guns, and soda merchant.
Yeah, he goes, "I got you, fam." And he does. He does got me.
He's like, "Do you wish the monkeys trained, perhaps, to use things in a stabbing motion?"
I would pay good money for trained monkeys. Wouldn't you? Looks like that detonation blew up their Scar 17s. I should never have done that.
Yeah,
Look
the
at the
Scar
things I
17
get.
famously made out of ceramic, so just powders, you know.
Look at the thanks I get from the rebels for all of that help. Okay, that was nice. But look! They saw me do it, so now they're marked blue. Because they're my friend.
They love you now because they think that you are here to help.
And, for a nominal fee, maybe I could be. I think that rifle's stuck in the sandbags here. When I get far enough away, it shows it's there. Or
Well,
did.
listen. This isn't the strangest thing we've seen in our Kojima time.
No, it is not. Let's move on. I tire of this game. And I made a fair amount of money there.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, that's a lot of there's a lot of room for guns, apes, and soda in a war zone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, you're like, "Ah, well, surely one of these will be for sale."
Switch the solid eye.
I mean, that's pretty wide diversification. That'd be like saying I'm into I'm into tea kettles, molasses, and fly
Oh,
swatters.
did you see the little heart?
Aw. It's like a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's the way this should have gone. I'm glad I got the opportunity to correct the error of my ways. I hear that they need backup, and that I should move out on the double.
Yeah, it's like a simian DoorDash, really. You have to click how many apes to add to
Yep,
the
there we
bag,
go. Instant noodles.
you know. Is that Rogaine? Is that for his hair, or is that for the ape?
See? Yeah. Alright, who's gonna give me what? I'm still taking your medicine.
Patched up. Just hold on a little longer. Where are those freaks? What's that? Didn't see. What are you talking about?
Ah, it's foreshadowing. And as subtle as a mushroom stamp. Hey look, I got a different 1911.
Oh, cool. Like most 1911 collections, it's not just one. You're like, oh yeah, this is my 1911 and 45.
It's never just
and then-
one.
No.
Was the HK-21 after this room? I think it was.
I believe so. It was one of those gentlemen who had a difficulty with breathing after his neck was opened.
Yeah, yeah. There is an
He had a
iPod.
sudden case of neck weevils. Oh, an iPod. Excellent.
Yeah,
I want
there's-
to deal with Apple.
There's a
in a
branded
war
iPod thing so that you can listen to music. We're not dealing with that because it's a stream.
I just like the idea of a door-to-door ape salesman.
Oh, it was you. Ain't those four ugly sons of bitches.
Ah, yes, the apesman's come by. 4 apes for me, apesman.
Already lost several units.
I mean, why not? It's a Kojima game. That kid is scrambling eggs with a metal spatula. It's just as much sense as that. It's just as much sense as that. It'd be fun if you found that grenade and it was a booby trap, so it says grenade and then blew up.
Well, I mean, he did check the AK-102 for, you know, problems.
No, but explosives laying around? No
Nah.
one would ever rig that up to explode.
No, never.
Who would do that? That's fucking crazy.
Somebody who was frankly un-American.
Sounds insane. Alright, look. We're gonna have to go talk with Soda and Ape Salesman guy. Also guns.
Yeah, there's my HK.
How's he doing? Get the locks off, I mean.
We'll see if they'll stop talking and move away from each other.
What are you doing here?
And if not, I'll just kill them both.
But he loves you.
Excuse me, I'll trank them both. With the 22 of freedom.
This is horrifying. Don't start shooting people with 22s. They may build up a tolerance.
Oh, brother, here's my chance.
This is not good. This is not good at all. This seems like risky business.
Weren't me. Somebody else will wake him up.
I think that this guy is just I mean, like, they're gonna assume that he worked so hard that he had a nap.
Oh, they love me. They still love me.
They're turning to you like, hey, you bought an HQ-21. You're very thoughtful.
That looks like the one Jeff was just holding. Don't worry about it. Oh, see, they just kicked him awake. Everything's fine. Didn't you hear them scream at him to get up because he's a lazy piece of shit that fell asleep on duty?
That happens all the time.
It does.
You know?
And you
It
should
do.
not mind the impact wound on the back of his skull.
You know, sometimes people have a fall asleep, and when they have a nap, they wake up with matted hair and a flattened skull. It happens.
And an inability to do basic math.
Maybe they forget some things. Maybe they have a stutter for a longer period of time than they think, you know?
That Disco Elysium kind of nap. Alright,
Yeah.
yeah, we're back at Dennis Rodman and the monkey. Gonna skip that cutscene. Yep. We're gonna skip this too. I don't need it to crash again. Oh god, we're back at a cutscene.
We ready to make a deal or what?
Oh, man. Let's have some more cutscenes.
Let's talk business. This is a war zone.
Do you think that Monkey
Please
just
do not
fills that
crash here.
diaper, like,
All the
constantly?
time.
We'll be picking up a
All the
lot
time? Do you
of
think
I
it's
mean,
just constantly, like,
He's
just
drank
full
like
force?
3 sodas on screen.
Yeah, that monkey's got to have shits you can hear.
That'll earn you points you can cash in.
Like, you can just... It should have, like, an asterisk at the bottom of the screen that just says monkey defecating.
And I can also
That's
tell you
the only
Let me show you.
subtitle that shows up. Is just sounds of monkey defecating. Ba ba da ba. Oh look,
Monkey
it's this
farts
custom blue striker. Oh, it's got a soda machine inside. Because that
What?
makes
That's
sense.
crazy.
Why
He's
would
like, hey, I have literally a dozen guns in a war zone. I'm a big deal.
To ensure you can use non-ID guns.
I have a dozen guns. I have a dozen guns, a soda machine, and an APC in a war zone. I obviously
Victor
am a
Orlov,
very-
eat your heart out.
big fucking deal here because of these dozen guns and one soda machine.
You're scared of needles or something?
Why does that work? I would have been like, no, there's no way you're injecting me with something. I don't give 2 shits what you say you do.
I know you just met me, and you have a bunch of rings that look like you bought them out of the same drawer at a lost and found raffle, but I want to say that I trust you implicitly to look at your dancing ape and stick me in the neck with unknown things. Anyways, thanks for the soda.
Snake was in the military for like fucking 15 years. The last time he let somebody he just met inject him with something, he lost his first kidney. Why did you eject around?
There you see? No problem.
Oh, see,
I don't know.
that reduced his stress.
From now on, when you pick up an ID gun that says lock,
Most realistic part of the game. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100.
you name it, I can launder it. Of course, it'll cost you. The going rate depends on the war price at the time.
The war price was supposed to be affected by like people playing this game, but since
Man, I
the
got
PlayStation Network no longer exists for PS3 and this is emulated,
see that?
I don't know if it's fixed. I think it is.
And the system clamping down on things.
Why is he chilling soda he already drank?
And
I don't know.
control's essentially absolute, paving the way for fat
That soda is actually meth? Yes, it's called Narc Soda. It's Kojima trying to be very clever about the fact that sugar is addictive.
sell ID guns to the PMCs and
Those are pretty big ice cubes. Those are like the gelatin ones they use in films, so they don't clink
Yeah.
and ruin audio.
and these ID guns can't be sold.
God, he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there like, my bucket of ice and one soda, of which I have many, not just this one, and dozens of guns in my APC.
Hold on.
Makes me the big cheese.
Hold on, he's got a pile of RPG 7s on the table, and he's just closing up shop. Look, there's like 8 of them in magazines and shit.
Dude, I have a
That's a
Hispano
box
cartridge I
of
use.
fucking M67s back there.
I have a Hispano cartridge I use as a paperweight, okay? Like, let's not point fingers.
I use a DM51 training grenade. Oh yeah, he made room for the soda machine. Exactly.
Think you know me? Nothing to be ashamed of. I'm the same way. I grew up here too.
All right, let's see.
Interest in the
He's got
mean,
two
he's
ticket
just-
pockets. He's got one on each side. How many fucking movies you gonna attend?
if you need
He's like, sir, I go to the picture show with my ape and my soda. Good day.
catch my drift.
I will see Down Periscope and another film. I have not decided. I will get into my good day. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you for opening the door for me.
It made a crunch sound. Did he land on the monkey?
To the Top Hat store, Gerald. We have a whimsical future in front of us.
Did he have that door on a garage opener? Why did it close?
Look, Kojima had to write they leave in a whimsical fashion. He wrote that out in the script, and this is what they came up with.
Oh please God!
they-
just
when
let
they
me
sh-
save before it crashes again.
When they showed it to him, Kojima probably clapped.
You're probably
He just
right.
probably started clapping.
He crushed that monkey. Victor Orlov, eat your heart out. Thank you, Lord Grimos. No one's gonna notice a striker with his name on it.
I know what you're thinking, but Drebin.
No, he's
I
gonna
don't
sneak
care.
away into the cover of Noon.
Man, that was a long conversation. Yeah, I got an M4 carbine. Dave, I don't care. Save, save. Please, God, let me save. All right. So we can buy a PMM, a PSS, a MAC 10, an MP7.
Whoa. A Mac 10? Are you telling me we can, what's the word? Push it to the limit.
We can. I don't have enough Drebin points for that, though.
Why? Why does he
I
give
know,
you
I
Chuck
do.
E. Cheese tokens? Who gives you Chuck E. Cheese tokens in a war zone? Who gives you Chucky like, oh, well, I have these things called conflict diamonds, a Krugerrand, or just gold, or bearer bonds, but no, I'm gonna pay you in whimsy bucks. Like,
Okay.
What?
So since I actually just saw an MP7 parts kit for sale, complete, unused from the factory, only needs a receiver, for $21,000. That
yeah, no,
means
that
that each of
sounds-
these
yeah.
Drebin points is the equivalent of what? $30?
I don't know. That's nonsense. If I'm like, well, if you're buying... listen, the reason it's nonsense is...
We've gotta tie it to the dollar.
Listen, if I owned a farm and I said, well, if you come down to my farm, the Tex coin gets you a lot of pumpkin for the dollar, like, that is nonsense. That is a hydraulic monopoly being enforced by whimsy.
And isn't that what we do here?
Well, that's fair. Yeah, all right. So, look, here's
How many of
here's
these
what
will
we're
it let
gonna
me
do.
buy? 11. It lets me buy 11. I have 11
Good
Willie Pete
Lord.
grenades. Fear me.
Good Lord. I just...
And I can put a master key on my fucking...
No,
30 grand
no,
for a master key shotgun?
that's
It's an
about real.
870 putting on airs.
No, I'm just saying that's about real for parts now. All right, here's what we do. Why don't you just get that Mac 10 and you just Mac 10 everybody? Because it was good enough for the 80s. It's good enough for now.
Oh god, it'll let me get a lot of these.
Dude, you get a Mag 10 and you get like 40 suppressors for it and 800,000 rounds of ammunition.
Hey, I can get about 75 suppressors with the money I
75
got.
suppressors. Oh man.
I can
Now
put
we're
them
the
all in my
suppressor
pocket.
business. 70, you just hear all the clanking, you know? You're just like walking around and it sounds like you have a pocket full of change.
20 grand for an aim point comp M2 in the stock mount. Yeah. Fuck you, Drevin.
Man, this is like the start of COVID. You know, you'd go to Optics Planet, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to get a nice 4-power for $900.
That's an Insight fucking M3. That, I actually had that weapon light issued to me when I was very, very new at the department. It's all of 40 Candela, maybe. When we did night shoots, I wouldn't turn it on. I'd just shoot by the spill of the people on either side of me that worked at better departments that had better lights.
It's sad but true. All right, let's go and look.
Yeah, okay.
Look, just buy a 45 and buy 1,000,000 rounds of 45, and then you just push it to the limit with everyone. Replace that AK-102 with replace the M4 with the HK-21. Replace the AK-1. Replace the stun knife. You're not gonna use that. Stun knife? No, Mac 10. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, no, I gotta
So
go buy it.
you
'Cause I
put
only
that-
looked
yeah,
at it.
No, you get that Mac 10, and that'll be your stun knife. You'll be like, oh no, I'm frightened. And then when you're heckin' scared, you just give them the whole magazine. Easy as pie.
Etc. bullets. There we go.
You also have the Tanegashima rifle.
I have to buy it. It's like 10 million
That is-
Drevin points.
Why? What? Why? Why?
Alright, there we go. Yeah, I got a little bit of money to play with now for the Mac 10.
Snake,
Or a little bit of ammo.
See,
Why?
you got more than enough.
Oh,
Push it.
I shut him up by putting us into the... nice. Oh yeah, this is the collapsed building section.
Walls could come down any second.
They don't. Spoiler alert. Snake doesn't die yet. If you were surprised by the fact that Snake survives this building collapse in Act 1 of a 4-act game, I don't know what to tell you. See? I just automatically sold that to Drevin.
Wow.
Yep, all I've got to do is walk forward to increase my bank account.
Imagine if you had that effect on everything you touched, like a really
Yeah.
fucked up Midas touch, you know, cautionary tale, where you walk around and you touch like a car and it's like $20,000 have been transferred to your bank account, but the car disappears.
Yep. There we
So
go.
someone's like, hold my baby, and you're like, no!
I refuse. Alright, I think I gotta go up here, but I gotta remember how.
You've been this way before.
Shut the fuck up, Otacon. There it is. Yep, I gotta, there we go. Oh, yeah, no, this wasn't it. This just got me 22 long rifle. Notably
Oh, man,
common
22.
in Pakistan or wherever.
Climb up that ledge. Keep
Shut
You know-
the fuck up, Otacon. I will murder you.
There should be a loading screen where you just punch on it. You know what I mean? Like you
Just
say like
doom button his face.
yeah.
Like, what were you saying to me? I'm not the one who pissed my fucking pants.
You're like, listen here, piss pants. We're gonna have a conversation. You take the belt off and just start hitting him with it. I'm gonna do what your dad should have, Otacon. You're getting a whipping.
Oh God.
And then like he's just like, and then he's normal for the rest of the movie. Like, you know, just normal. He's like, "Hey, Snake, here's timely information," and you're like, "Thank you for being professional." And he's like, "No problem." Hey, Snake, here's things in a non-whimsical manner that could help you in sequence for the things that happen next.
Somehow I doubt that violence will fix Otacon's problem.
I'm
But
just saying
it's
that for a
cathartic
lot
to
of-
dream of.
Well, I'm just saying for a lot of violence doesn't solve problems. Snake isn't told to go in and reason with people, is he? No, it's go in and blow shit up. The whole thesis of this game is kill people, and Kojima's like, what if the thesis was peace all along? And I'm like, well, that's interesting because you don't have a hug button. You know what I mean? Like, if this game had a hand-holding button, and then you said maybe the game's about peace or player choice or whatever, sure, yeah, I agree. If there was like a hug and hand-holding button, but there isn't. There's a fucking kill
Oh,
people
Jesus
button, and a lot
fuck.
of
I have
tools
to
do
unlock the grenades I bought from Drebin.
that. You gotta get that QR code scanned on your grenade, man.
Okay. How do I unlock it then?
Well, no, you have to buy the grenade DLC. It just works.
Ah, there we go. Yeah. Frankly, white phosphorus is the one I'm going to use because I now have 80 of them. So
I think that when life gives you lemons, something fire bombs, like that speaks to me on many levels, on many professional levels.
all right, remind me to save after this cutscene, whenever this ends.
Oh yes.
There was a hold junk button though. You are correct, Kai.
Okay, look at this guy. He's gonna sneak around the corner.
Oh no. It's another diarrhea joke. Here's Johnny.
Oh, wouldn't it be funny if, like, we could show how serious and terrible war was, and then undermine it all at the same time?
It's Kojima showing his ass. That guy's pants are not down nearly enough to have been shitting. Those all went into his fucking Cry Precision pants.
He's just been shitting. He's just been patiently filling his pants.
He moved them down a little bit so that, you know, there was more room.
It's a huge barrel. He found the largest barrel ever made to shit his pants.
Yeah, it's one of those 85-gallon drums.
Yeah, those famous 85-gallon drums for cheese.
Now, the barrel is functionally the cardboard box replacement for this game.
Listen, Confessions of a Ladder Maker says he pulled his shirt after shit. Sir, I've removed my shirt to shit. I've sweat that much.
Yeah.
We've all had those moments. The moments where you need, like, the special handicap stall because you need something to hold on to. Like, those moments happen. You know that idea when someone is like, we should go to this restaurant that no one's ever talked about? Don't do that. I thought that said Rogaine, not regain. I thought it was like so you could give it to the monkey. Like, you know, like Sierra logic. How about you just sneak? Yeah, there we go. You know what's funny is this actually does work on DARPA robots.
It does.
So
But
we're
it
just
don't
gonna
have a
sneak.
first-person view.
I love that guy's walk. But no, I would love to make Deputy play either Arcanum all the way through, because it is very fun to read. It's a very fun game to read. Or I would love to make him play Deus Ex. Probably both. I've played Arcanum a lot, but watching you play Arcanum would be hilarious, because when you're like, wait, I can make bombs from things I find in the trash, and when I say yes, it's quite good.
Now... Oh, they're onto the barrel.
They're on to the barrel. They are assuming that this barrel that is quite tall. I mean, it's taller than a car. Yeah, that's about the right site picture for an HQ-21. In that it's just going to be everywhere. That's why when you go to the diopter for the HQ-21, you use the V-cut one.
Well,
don't
you
use the
know.
one. Oh, yes.
Did that guy run in?
RPGs.
Did that guy just get down, Mr. President, the fucking striker?
I think he did, maybe, but unfortunately it looks like that played out as it should have. For real.
Alright, you know what?
Destroyed both things.
I'm tired of getting rid of my own fucking ammo.
You know what, that's right. Use some of this free ammo. There's some guys on that building that appear to be behind the light vehicle. Immediately, I would say, to the 12 or 1 o'clock of the light vehicle.
That dude's fucked up.
Well, that happens.
I was trying with the barrel to show off that there's a special barrel roll that can knock people over, and it's all very whimsical and...
Well, again, I mean, it seems like when Hideo Kojima writes something in his head, it sounds like all hard-edged and very philosophical, and then when it comes out, it seems like it needs the soundtrack is written by, like, Danny Elfman.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, wouldn't it be funny if he got in a box? And you're like, all right. I mean, what I liked about BioShock was there were moments in BioShock that made you laugh your ass off. Where you're sitting there walking through the scariest, darkest place and hearing whispers, and then in the distance you hear "Circus of Value," and you just start dying laughing, you know.
Got a man up there?
Is that a man?
Not anymore.
What is a man?
A featherless biped.
Understood. Regroup and engage.
Regroup who? They're all fucking dead. Like, they are all dead. That guy's just shooting around the corner.
All
Because
right.
this is a scripted moment and I wasn't supposed to engage those guys.
You're not supposed to script, man. I mean, you broke the script. They sent you the script. You need to follow the script, Dep. Aren't you
Clearly.
following the script? The script says that you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to be an action hero. Snake is... what part of Metal Gear Solid makes you think that Snake should be an action hero?
Every script is sacred, as they used to say.
Understood. Regroup and engage.
That's about how that would go. Anybody else in there?
It seems like that gentleman has inherited a great number of 7.62 by 51 rounds.
Hold on.
And then his
It
friend
just
did.
chugged. I gotta save real fast.
You do have to save. I neglected to remind you that impending warning has frightened us. Alright, everyone be careful. Vensar IG says, the whimsy of rolling around in a barrel someone just shit in. Aha! The fun of it! War is hell, but the shit barrel rolling, yes? Isn't that funny?
It is exceptionally funny.
What if Snake not only found a barrel for one part of the game, but took it with him?
Oh, no, that barrel is part of my equipment for the rest of the game.
Wouldn't that be funny if you had a barrel for the whole game? Not just for one part as whimsy? Isn't that a good core part of this experience? So how many PMCs are they going through? I mean...
I'm beginning to suspect this is infinite.
Hurry to the rendezvous.
Why?
Well,
Radar is marked with which way to go.
What would compel me to not do this, like, indefinite?
Oh, here they come again. Oh man, dude. Look at all that money. Man, this war economy is fucking great, bro. All you gotta do is stand by that corner and shoot everybody who comes down. I love me some war economy.
I am, you might say, a war economist.
You know, you gotta know when to hold them, right? And there's that other part of the song. Gotta know when to fold them.
Gotta know when to walk away. And then you gotta know when to fun.
And so what we're saying is the MP5 seems to be a reliable harvester of men.
That's the DM10.
I mean, you just walk around, you make some money. You call the whimsical door-to-door cola-addled apesman who comes by to deliver your apes and ammunition and whimsy, you know, with all 12 of the rifles he has.
Whimsical rifles.
And rims, well, yeah. He unlocks DRM. He's like GOG. You know what I mean? He's like good old games. He just goes around like saying like, oh, you don't need DRM
there's
for your
more
AK.
money. Hey, buddy. I love you too, but you should probably fight since I'm not doing it.
No, you're just gonna stand there, let him eat bullets, and then, you know, harvest.
Ah, hey, look, it's a weirdo helicopter.
Oh yeah. You know, I've seen some of those helicopter designs that got the crazy blades on them that they say are gonna be the future, but I ain't ever seen anybody build something substantial of it. I know the drones have stuff kind of like that. Also, it appears the edge of the RPG touched the thing you were standing on.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I need to buy more
That
RPG ammo.
Yeah, call 1-800 ape, and you will get the ape, comma soda and guns guy.
Yeah. Ah, dude, 250 fun money just for you know, the one RPG 7 round. Look at that. I own 46 of the fuckers now.
Well, I guess we know what the common denominator is, Blasto.
I love you too, friend. Now run out there so I can get your RPG 7. Come on,
Yeah.
you can do it.
You can do it. You're a smart
I'm gonna
guy.
pay for all that RPG PGM 7 ammo I just bought. Oh man, look at that. Oh, there's just so much money all over the ground here. This was such an exceptional way to prove the point that war is bad.
Hey, I heard their prices are bananas. So we're just gonna go around and make money.
Until I get tired of it, yeah. Which is about
That's
now.
a simple. Oh, wow.
Regroup and engage.
That seems to have not really bothered him so much.
No, it's the latex muscle suit.
Ah, right. Latex muscles, bullet resistance. Check.
Yeah.
8 psi overpressure blast
You know,
radius.
he's
No,
like a fucking
latex.
prune in that thing, right? Like, there's no way his old ass isn't just waist deep in water, right? He's
Still
wearing
suit.
latex in
No,
the
it's
desert.
it's a still suit. All that salt water will be drained off and analyzed by Otacon.
Sold his snake bath water.
Snake oil.
Oh, good
It's
lord.
snake oil. Yeah, Otacon's side business.
Yep. It's a fermented mix of his suit droppings and the grease out of his hair.
It's called suit soup. Suit soup. Snake oil.
Is this what I'm supposed to do? No.
When he takes that suit off, there's like a sheen over him because of the grease and film.
Yeah. I think I gotta go up the other stairway. Man, all these fucking flies. It's almost like stacking this place 8 deep with bodies, you know, isn't great for the environment or something. Look at that.
Free gun.
Nah, it's
Free mine.
fucking mines.
Free mine.
Everyone knows that's how you disarm a claymore. A command detonated mine.
Yeah, you don't go look for the guy with a click clack. You just crawl up to it and
Just crawl up to it. As long as you crawl right, you're safe. If I recall, there's a bunch of fucking mines up and down the stairs. Oh, there's one. Yeah, there's a claymore. Ah, yeah, there we go. Don't worry
free
about it.
mine.
I think there's one up here. I'm starting to remember this game some. It has been like a decade since I played this.
You're gonna just hump
Oh,
over mines.
Got
slowly.
got too close while I was still on my knees.
That's why you need to slow crawl and undulate over things, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just slow, just like a worm, you know. Snake, don't hump mines.
Yeah. This is bathroom floor pattern camo.
Oh man. You know, it's weird is that I'm listening to Daft Punk while you're doing this, and it kind of goes along with that weird thing. Like this is a very bizarre music video.
I could see how, yeah. That sounds like a good time, if I'm completely honest.
Like as you're humping across the floor, Get Lucky was playing.
That is one way to get lucky. You show people you got them strong hips.
That's right.
Everybody
Undulate across the floor.
Easily
that's
crawls
right, fellas.
upstairs.
Yeah, fellas, if you want to impress the ladies, just
Or other
undulate
fellas.
across the floor. Or other fellows. Just undulate across the floor in a long and slow manner.
And when you do it,
yeah.
tell them Dep sent you.
Yeah, just say Dep sent me as you awkwardly undulate across the floor like an inchworm. That's how you show people you're down with it. You're like, I am a cool dude. It's the equivalent of the Fonz A.
Yeah.
Caterpillaring upstairs, you know, stuff like that. You know, don't run up
the next
stairs.
stairs we're gonna take slow. We gotta be careful.
We gotta show people how to take the stairs in a slow manner.
So you mount the stairs fully,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there we go. One step at a time, brother. Maybe
That's how you build that
multiple
up.
steps.
That's how you build that up. You know.
Oh yeah.
This is how you get up the stairs.
We got that stair camo. I gotta save it.
Yeah. But this is how you get up the stairs. That's how Snake gets in shape. He's like, I hump everywhere. When he says he humps equipment, he's not joking. So he goes up the stairs like this, you know?
Johnny Cash said it. One step at a time. Yeah, that was one piece at a time. Never mind.
Yeah. Look, see? That core strength. See? This is just how you get up the stairs.
Look, we're already at the top, baby.
See? You take your time in a war zone.
And
do
fingertips cross, we can get up.
And as soon as you get up to the top of a war zone, if there was a guy, you know, sitting up there waiting with a rifle and he saw that, he wouldn't shoot you.
I wouldn't shoot that guy.
He'd be terrified. He'd be terrified. He'd be terrified what Giga Chad is doing that up the stairs because he's bored.
I mean, yeah. Everybody thinks that, you know, when the war begins, it's gonna be their $6,000 night vision that saves them, or their $1,000 fucking palmetto rifle. Yeah, it's gonna be that. You gotta train.
You gotta train. You gotta be able to undulate upstairs. You gotta be able to undulate upstairs with all your gear on. You have to be able to undulate up and down stairs.
And there's
part
a
of that
tunnel?
That's that deep training. It's that deep training. You must undulate. Oh, cool.
Drop your weapon.
All right.
I don't mean the character, I mean the gun.
Oh yeah, the XM8's standard weapon of the United States Army in this game. Because
That's
it's
neat.
old enough that was still on the table at the time.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, they'll never buy it.
Don't move.
It's made by HK. No.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
Careful, I'm no rookie. I'm a 10-year vet.
That's a good way to get yourself shot, by the way. And he ejected around again.
How the hell did you ever survive 10 years?
That's pretty tough stuff.
Don't move.
Oh no! It's Mohawk Buff Pants!
CQC. Real big boss, huh?
Kinky.
Lower your weapon.
It's actually not his, it's your weapon. I said
Try
lower
to
my
make money
weapon.
if I were you.
I have a Desert Eagle. I'm very fucking serious now.
Did Snake just have a stroke? No.
Yeah,
He's not that
a little
cool.
bit.
Oh, flashbacks to the first game. Isn't it so topical?
Meryl.
Is that you?
He just asked her, why is your hair so sharp? What product do you use?
I dunk my head in Axe gel and then just comb it out.
To your face.
Yeah, he just asked her, like, what product do you use to do that? Is that intentional or is that just the balaclava?
Accelerated.
Now, I will notice
They don't know that.
that Kojima actually remembered to put plates in their carriers this time. They act like they are rigid and they, you know, have form to them, like the last game.
Meryl, you're my informant in the U.S. military.
And
You can especially see it on her
must
back
be
plate.
the inspector sent by the UN.
Snake oil!
I'm Oil Snake.
Akiba!
Commander!
That's... Hey, they've not liked hazing in the infantry for a
This
little
is Red
while.
Patrol Team 01.
And, you know, hazing was like taping a guy to the mattress and throwing him off the roof onto another pile of mattresses.
You
It
know,
wasn't
that's a fair point.
Punching your fucking subordinate in combat.
You can have this back.
I do like how they did the fucking Team Rocket poses, though. Very Japanese of him.
What if he dropped that rifle and then it hit and it exploded into a lot of parts and then the guy started crying? And I mean, it was like really, really sad. Like it was that deep sucking crying and Snake just had to hug him and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I know that he's ejecting it to make sure he's got a round chambered and that it's chambered correctly. But
There's this thing called a press check that you can do. But maybe Kojima didn't know that.
the Team Rocket poses are better than him shitting himself every couple of minutes, yes.
Well, he wanted to break it up with something equally serious.
Like,
It's been 4 days since
I've
Louis
told you
left the
guys
area.
my monster
Since then,
fucking leg
this
story.
woman's been with him.
That guy has monster legs. I don't think they make BDUs with calves
Doesn't
big
look
enough
like
for
a
that guy.
combatant. Probably some kind of advisor, maybe a scientist.
He's like, thank you for bringing all this paper evidence to the front. I appreciate it. So have you been having intel leaks or has the enemy been suspiciously aware of what you're doing now that you have all this stuff all the way here? So where do you go print this out? That's my question. Do you just
Well-
Holiday Inn?
Something
No,
like
somebody's got a battery-powered backpack
Here, I'll
printer.
introduce you to the team. That's Ed, our radio man and sniper.
Ed's got it. Oh, that's a marksman variant. Oh, I just realized that's a fucking exclamation point on the back of his head.
Don't stand behind him. He hates it when people go around his back.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And finally, Johnny.
She's like, I got this buff by carrying this Desert Eagle, and I kind of regret it because it's hard to find magazines. Like, she has that conversation with him. Like, that's what I would write if I wrote her. She was like, I used to be kind of Danny Arm, but I got buffed just by pointing this Desert Eagle at people, and I've only been able to find like 4 magazines in 10 years. It's really annoying. Like, one of them was pinned. Like, who pins a Desert Eagle magazine,
Maybe
right?
it's because someone taught me well.
And Snake's
Certain
like,
legendary
why don't you
heroes
move to a Glock? And she's like,
suddenly
everyone uses
disappeared.
Glocks. And he's like, what about a CZ? And she's like, I'm not a hipster, Snake.
Me?
And it just becomes like a gun conversation.
Never.
That would be funny.
I hand
Instead
over
of
one of
this.
these 12 bloody 1911s I have.
Back then, I just
Here, try
wanted
this.
you to accept me.
I do like the
I
dangling,
wanted you to turn around.
like,
Oh, we're
10
about to have our
millimeter round.
crash. We're about to have our crash.
Oh, it's coming.
But
Yeah.
put the past behind.
It's not a casing. That's an entire functional bullet, I think. But who knows? I think it's a callback to the bullet that
What are you here for?
Ocelot wore in 3.
Threat assessment. The PMCs.
State Army or PMC. Each individual soldier has been fully ID tagged with nanomachines injected into their bodies for that purpose. The nanomachines keep track of the soldiers and their real-time personal data 24 hours a day.
Oh god, it's
They
still
monitor
going on?
Each man's position, movement speed, reserve ammo, firing accuracy, wounds, rations, water intake and supply, sweat secreted, heart rate, blood pressure and sugar levels, oxygen. All the data gathered on body condition, on sensory organ data showing pain and fear, data on every internal response within the body. All of it is
Okay,
controlled
yeah.
by an AI at the system's
No.
core.
Yeah.
This data is monitored at HQ to enable command to make quicker, more precise.
It's all about the nanomachines, baby.
It also enables crisis management.
Every soldier in the entire world has nanomachines that let their weapons work.
By state armies and allied countries, by PMCs. Even police agencies are starting to adopt it.
Oh, and
Unless
cops,
they agree to
evidently.
implement the system, PMCs aren't permitted to send troops anywhere.
You've got these system nanomachines in you too.
Of course, our unit plays by the rules, same as everybody else. It was creepy at first, knowing you're being watched 24/7, but I've gotten used to it. It gives us a lot of advantages in the field, too. We get a clearer picture of what's going on around us, so there's less confusion during missions. And our nanomachines communicate with each other, making teamwork a lot smoother. And that's not all the system does for us. It's also a security guarantee against
Thank
the
you, Night Owl.
PMCs.
Security guarantee.
That's right. The PMCs are combat groups without states or ideologies. They're not fighting out of nationalism
return.
or for a cause.
Hey, we're talking about nanomachines and
They're just
how
bodies
we can
fighting
totally
for
turn off the PMC nanomachines, but
a commodity.
that won't ever come back to
So
bite
it's easy
anybody in the
imagine them
ass.
betraying their clients by joining the enemy or refusing to fight.
Look, man, it's just all nanomachines.
Military atrocities.
It's all nanomachines, baby.
Keep these things in check.
Nanomachines all the way down. It's
No
like the
one use
turtles.
Firearms or military vehicles without the proper system ID. It's true for every piece of equipment out there. So even if the PMCs tried to mount a terrorist
Oh,
attack
allegedly,
on top,
Hamster, all non-tagged weapons have been destroyed or had this retrofitted into them.
or engage in
As you
combat
know, that's just easy to do. I mean,
Yeah.
Kojima, for the principle of this,
is leaked to
I
us
would
by the
I would
British.
rather presume it would be easier to transmit to every human being nanomachines that would prevent them from using a gun. That is way more realistic than saying cutting all the guns apart that don't use this technology. Because Kojima is making a statement like,
So this system is
I invented a new bed that has a DRM
sons of the
that unless you pay me, you can't sleep on this bed. And I go, yeah, but what about other beds? And he's like, no, it's all beds. Like, no, these are not wireless things. You don't update a bed. You don't update a gun.
Yeah.
There's,
does have holes.
like, in my desk, I have a 1911 whose frame was made in the 80s, right?
It's not like they can affect
The rest is
entire
other
PMC
parts.
world.
But
Anyway,
there's
But-
no
would've had to
but
there's
pipe
no
shot
dial-up.
in the system to
There's
assemble
no
parts
dial-up
that
to
matter.
Colt. in the middle of the night, right? Where it's just like, deet, 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 and it's not like dialing up to Hartford, Connecticut and being like, I need to get firmware.
God, I will say we just upgraded to the Taser 7, and it is very much like that. Like, I have to put it on the dock so it can upload and make sure that I've been checking it correctly and the battery's okay. And
Listen, the only way to update a gun is just Lord Noobskill says Tex is too loud. Fun.
I don't know what to do, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on.
If you're just make me louder.
I have an option.
Just make me louder so I'm like you know, like in the see.
Alright, what about that?
See, everyone is saying he's fine.
I've been fighting audio levels this entire episode. It's whatever.
My TV speakers are straining. Help! He says. Like it's maybe you have the bass turned up.
CPAP Bluetooth? That sounds dangerous.
But we're smarter than that.
Your subscription to Air has expired.
Searching God knows how many battlefields.
That sounds dystopian.
Yeah, that's some cyberpunk shit.
Hamid him Tex and make his walls shake. It could be the bass in that, you know? So it's like,
but I didn't know it.
that's great.
Didn't the Colonel tell you he was sending me?
Maybe the bullets are nanomachines. See, here's the issue.
Don't tell me.
Oh, and I'm glad that Silicon Soul pointed out The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, one of my favorite books.
You up to this?
Fantastic.
So here's fantastic book. Here's my question. Like nanomachines, right?
Oh, hey, now that's interesting. She just called him his uncle. Or her uncle. I thought those nanomachines suppressed emotion.
He's not my
Here's the other issue with these nanomachines is, like, he's like,
Oh,
this can
fuck,
prevent.
I forgot that was a plot point. Yeah, he claimed to be her uncle, but now he's revealed that he's her dad, and she's angry about it. Also, if they're all tied together by nanomachines, shouldn't they have also gotten, like, rat-fucked pissed and, like, stomped on each other?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Little violation.
They just said that.
No, it doesn't. Don't worry about it. We're gonna follow what we like to call George Lucas logic, which is invent a thing and then never talk about it again.
Don't punch the rebar. It's the only reason the building's standing.
Womanizing piece of shit.
Yeah, good one, Hamster. Yeah, Johnny doesn't have nanomachines. That's why he's perpetually lost and shits himself.
Really?
They didn't give him the don't shit yourself nanomachine upgrade.
My age. I hear she's even got a kid. It's as if he's given up on making up with his own daughter.
Seems like a lot of family drama that I don't really need to know about.
I'd be like, is this appropriate for a war zone?
Yeah, like we're on a timetable here, right?
I mean, you are suggesting end of the world peril here.
Oh no, Alexa, what's going on?
What is it?
Is it angry that there's no more mines downstairs? Because I brought them all back.
There's 20 of them. And they're not from that PMC praying mantis either.
It's a wicked
It's the
barbed wire tattoo, bro.
Private troops.
Wow. It's like those Celtic knots and all them quote-unquote tribal tattoos that people get around the same time.
Uh-huh. And he's got
Like, oh,
Fate
cool.
and Ariel or Helvetica underneath it.
being
I couldn't tell
followed?
which.
Ooh, Helvetica? Nice. This tattoo brought to you by Adobe.
Did Snake fuck his daughter?
Might have seen the
No.
reflection off my scope lens.
Hey, those are Steiners. Those are like Steiner,
Wait,
what did they call
hang
the
on.
ones they sold Israel?
You guys thinking
Oh,
about
yeah. Those are actually really good for like hunting.
Yeah, well, the Germans bought a shit ton of them too. I got a set on the shelf over here.
Oh.
They're super light binoculars.
But they're good for hunting. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah,
heavy-
100%.
They're not heavy duty guys.
It
But
wasn't my fault. Oh man.
That's what you need in a war zone, is a guy who, when he
Dumbass.
makes a
moving
mistake,
out.
self-mutilates and self-harms.
At a camp up ahead.
you know,
Fill you in
that's
later.
what you
If we're
want.
Still alive.
Didn't I put a suppressor on that?
It fell
Follow
off.
me.
I noticed that she uses her small Desert Eagle, not the big fucker on her hip.
That's the collector's grade one. That one doesn't work.
It's airsoft. Don't worry about it.
As someone who actually owns a Desert Eagle, I will say this: they are intricate guns, and I would not want to take one into a war zone.
Hey, look,
For
it's
the
the
same-
Skulls unit, but less refined. They're already out there. Why did you stack up on that door? They're already in the hallway.
contact.
You know it's clear.
These guys are with Liquid's private army. Shoot first,
Yeah, they
think
they
later.
don't understand how to
Use
do
the stairs
stuff.
And get out through the back door on the first
See,
floor.
They go
It says
through the
sneaking
motions,
suit.
but they don't
I'm
understand
on
why
point.
they do
Stay
it.
close. Got
Well,
it.
notice on the shoulder it says snaking suit,
I keep
Yes.
but in the training it says dumbass.
Got it.
I'd be like, hey man, we
Well,
just
by
got out
then
of the
you're a
safety of
hero
this
with
room. You know where we need to hang out? This hallway. I love being in a machine gun funnel. We're safe because we got brick at the back there that will eat all the fucking bullets. That's why they're taking their time. They brought a guy who can fill the door.
Yeah, I mean...
I love how she talked about how they're this elite unit and she just stands there and just like weavers those guys with a Desert Eagle, like patiently.
Fucking P90s, how much am I getting for those?
I mean, it depends on the market.
1,500 fun bucks? Jesus Christ. What kind of fucking Warzone is this?
Yeah, a P90 in a war zone should command a real premium. Yeah, monkey, I need a price check. And that little ape comes up and you put the gun on it and the little ape has like, no, that little monkey is sitting there drinking soda and he's got like assaying equipment. Like he's got a jeweler's loupe and he's got all the little scales. And he's sitting there doing that, and then he just does some abacus math, and then draws a number on a piece of paper.
And it's a number lower than what I just got paid.
It's just a picture of a banana.
Oh,
It
man,
takes 45 minutes.
that's a really good banana, though.
Yeah. The future of military using all these nanomachines is I'm gonna make some soldiers that can jump around and then get shot in the
hey,
ass.
why am I shooting them? I've got 80 Willy T grenades.
The other question is, if you have nanomachines, you can make people breathe phosgene gas. You can do all sorts of fucked up things. Why would you say? Why would you just say I have DRM locked a gun when you could say like my guy is literally bulletproof because his skin is carbon fiber? You know what I mean? Like nanomachines open a lot of fucked up avenues to things.
I just white phosphorus the fucking Meryl's teeth.
Uh huh. You mean you showed him what war was like?
I guess I won't use my 80 white phosphorus grenades in this level.
This game says you can do anything, but it wouldn't let me burn a single thing. Boo!
But then it told me I couldn't burn the friendly people.
I can't burn the friendly people. What is this? Look at these guys. This is their elite unit. They use nanomachines. Did they use nanomachines to harden their skills or perhaps, you know, shorten their nerve impulses so they could react at greater speed with greater alacrity? Did they steady them out so their hands don't shake? Did they give them better, you know, hand-eye coordination, depth perception? Did they give them infrasonic hearing abilities or infrared eyes? No. They made them jump around in these P90s. Like, nanomachines are effectively the beginning of the singularity, right?
Yeah.
Because human beings at that point can become biological cybernetic creations that could just assume any shape, be made of any material. You could do a lot of nightmare science with nanomachines. You could just inject somebody chock full of them and say, make this person 50 feet tall. They'd try.
Don't mind me, I'm just finding these P90s.
I'm just saying, the nano machines, you could make them literally fly with fucking wings.
Yeah. What about it? You don't like what Papa Kojima's done?
No, I don't. It's an affront to futurism. Like, nano machines would be horrifying. You'd be facing something like a T-1000. You would just patiently walk into the room and disassemble all matter it touched.
Yeah, no, don't mind me, guys. I'm still just doing my thing.
I like it. Just walking around making your money.
Yeah. It's all about that money, man. I'm all about the Benjamins. You know, I'm sure I'll get fucked on the currency exchange rate at the airport, but
yeah, when you exchange your Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Yeah, exactly. But even still, this is all cash I didn't have in my pocket when I got here.
Well, I'd say this. I mean, Chuck E. Cheese tokens would be a lot easier to, you know, like
launder.
Yeah, I mean it's not a prescribed currency, you know. So you could just be like, oh no, I went to this really sketchy border zone where there's been a war, and they're like, well, what do you have in your carry-on bag, sir? And you're like, well, Cyprus Airport Security, I have 50,000 fun tokens for my theme park. Like, oh, carry on.
Yeah, they're souvenirs. With no stated monetary value.
If you say that, like, you got them from a monkey that drank soda that you saw, like, they would go, oh, it's tourist stuff.
Are they both gone?
That guy's the shit.
Oh, good fucking lord. So we've got two floating XM8s. Johnny shits his pants.
They're stealthy. They're using the
super
stealth
stealthy, yeah.
Oh my god, look at that stealth. Holy shit, they're stealth. Oh my god, they can just hide from things. It's amazing. Much stealth. I mean, all they do is just stealth their way through scenes.
Yep. He's got a raging stealth right now.
Well, when your stealth rating's 100, you're just a floating item, you know? Whatever you're holding. They're stealthy. You should try to stealth as much as they have, yeah. This is just stealth, you know? I mean, people don't want to think this is what peak stealth looks like.
Well, I mean, Kojima's got to have at least one forced, shooty, everybody knows where you are scene in every stealth game.
Well, of course. Usually you have to run between sequences as more people come into the room.
Yeah, or it's on stairs. Weirdly, it was on stairs for like 3 games in a row.
Well, he likes stairs. It's very exciting. That guy fell down because bullets.
Oh, these are all women.
Pardon.
Because he had to get creepy about women. And this is not the end of that creepiness, by any stretch.
I'm hoping at some point he learns to write them.
No. At least not...
so far.
Not to any knowledge that I have. Aren't we going backwards? Didn't we come this way?
Because I'm presuming that he's got something with faded legs, based on just what I've seen. I don't know. I feel like we're entering his magical realm, and these are governed by rules that only he knows.
Oh. Shame.
Now, I'm not saying I have, like, magical understanding of, like, how women work. I don't, but I think that...
You recognize that they're people.
Right.
Shit,
and
a 5'7".
And not only that, but people with, like, you know, different choices. entirely based on their own life experience and path to that route, not just like two-dimensional things. And so, I don't know. It's really bizarre.
How bizarre?
Because they feel like
How bizarre?
well, they feel like window dressing.
Oh, Johnny shit his pants. How much do I get for 5.7? 50,000? I get more for 5.7 than I do for an FNP 90.
Well, it's a pistol. It has to be worth more, Dep. It's smaller.
I wasn't gonna fucking wait. Why did we come this way? We could have just gone in this room anyway. Oh no, tripwires. Whatever will we do? Can I shoot through them? I can shoot through them. Crawl? That looks like it's going through me, right?
Yeah.
I know how to fix this. That's not it.
No! Snake! Snake!
All right. No, I don't think you fixed that at all.
No. No, I wonder where it'll make me restart.
You said I know how to fix this. I
Oh,
was like,
good fucking god. We're at the top of the stairs again.
fantastic. Keep in mind, I don't know when we're due off, but next is going to be cooking on the wind.
We got about a half an hour.
Alrighty.
Ow. Why'd she run in my way? Whoever runs in way of the fucking machine gunner, it's their fault.
Adjust fire.
Yeah, there's ways to mitigate that. But to just run in front of them without saying anything or acknowledging in any way that you are running through a stream of lead is it's a little bit uncouth. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, that's really ruining your KD.
Indeed. Couldn't there, like, be people here?
I guess they canceled that. You know what I mean?
Did I fuck something up? Oh, hey. Man, that's a much more obvious trigger than I expected, somehow.
You know, if you have a bunch of special soldiers that you paid a lot of money to make.
Yeah, super
Train.
special, female-only, sexy ninja nanomachine types.
Right. You've got your special soldiers that are a very niche thing that you're very excited to have. You know, whatever they are. So you've got your special Death Doom squad of all the special types you exactly want with your nanomachines or whatever else. Get it set up. And then you're like, all right, I need to use my special super kill squad. How do I deploy them? How do I make them show up and be fearful to the player? Let's have them attack. We need the cover of noon. In big groups like a Jackie Chan movie. To be dispatched in onesies and twosies. In whimsical fashion. Yes. That will underlie the player's experience.
It is crucial to the experience that we immediately lose all expectation that these people are more competent than the regular bad guys.
I mean, the regular bad guys had the sense to take cover and use vehicles and fire support.
Excuse me, I'm falling behind the group. Is this a fucking... That was like a hospital tray, not a dumbwaiter. Hold on. We got Sniper Steve on point? Why?
Well, he's got the eagle eye, Deb.
Contact!
Oh, yeah, there we go. He shits himself again, because that joke's still funny.
Kojima's contributions to this are as funny as I would say the bulk of the Minecraft joke.
That in itself is funnier than either.
Yeah.
Oh, they disappeared again.
Well, that happens. I mean, stealthy people do that.
Get out of the way! Akima, get downwind now!
It wouldn't matter if he got downwind, though. Oh, Jesus Christ. Because all of your Nine machines are tied together. If he's close to one of you, you all smell it.
You think Kojima played through this part and laughed every time someone said he's shitting again?
Yes.
Like he was just sitting there.
I think
going,
he
like, "Isn't
laughed
this-"
like a child when you play Got Your Nose. Like a toddler, how they just find unending joy in that. Or a very young baby, rather.
I mean, he gave us the door-to-door ape salesman. You know, he gave us the shitting teammate.
This is the
us-
third shitting teammate, but this is the one that we have to have a fucking protection mission about. Escort mission.
Can't Meryl do better than him? I'm just
Yes.
saying. Like, I'd be like,
the
Meryl,
worst
can
part of
can
that
I-
character hasn't even occurred.
I'd just be like, Meryl, can I please hook you up, like, with somebody decent? Like,
Anybody?
Like somebody, like, I found this accountant. They seem really, like, well put together, boring, you know, loves snuggling, you know, kind of your speed. You don't have to date shit guy. Just because you've been through stuff together doesn't mean you need to settle down.
Akiba's been knocked out.
I think in a few years, Meryl, you'll get over poop guy, and he'll just be a stain on your memory.
Yeah, he'll be something you joke about. Hey, remember
Remember when you
I thought
were
that
into
was a good
poop
idea?
guy? Yeah, you almost settled down with poop guy. Remember that this will be one of those things. Well, let's help you out. You can do better. Oh, in the game, she ends up settling down with poop guy. Like, we're not joking.
No,
That's
there's
how Kojima
a love
settles
on the
and resolves.
battlefield fucking like 30-minute cutscene about it.
Yeah, like he decides to resolve that unnecessarily by saying, "Who does she end up with? IS poop guy."
Okay, yeah. See, I wasn't supposed to go past this part. They were supposed to do this. I like how he's still invisible in the cutscene. That's nice. Oh, you only smell it when it's facing you? Interesting. That's how that works. Oh, dude, he's got a fucking power glove? No wonder she's after that. The floating tactical salmon swimming upstream to spawn. Wait, where did we all go? Like, did we drop? Why didn't it show
I'm
us
here.
dropping? No, I meant where did everybody else go in the scene?
Oh, don't worry about them. Dep, they were all in your mind. Snake is very old.
That would be a better ending than the one we got.
Yeah, he's just imagined all this shit.
That's okay, I got this. No, wait, never mind. They're on our side. I forgot. Oh, no, wait. They're not on our side yet. Yeah, I forgot that, too.
Oh, wow, look. This guy's got a bulldozer. He's just parking it here for me, you know? Just to let you know. As you know, Super Commando death teams, spring load, but not bullet. Again, it seems like a total waste of money.
Yeah.
I mean, super soldiers, they're spraying around! And then what?
And
They
I mean,
shoot one-handed MP5s!
P90s.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to make it cooler.
I'm not one to be like, yeah, the military-industrial complex always does what makes sense monetarily. But they also just don't frivolously throw money at a problem, right? Like, there's some expectation of return on investment.
Yeah, they don't just be like, we made whimsical crazy ladies that jump around! And you're like...
The D9 Bozer? Probably.
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't just say we're tired of your shit to that guy.
Why do you guys have to point at each other? Can't you just, like, think it and then do it? Meryl talked at me for, like, 40 minutes for it.
He's like, my boots are full of poop. They're poots.
It's running down my leg. Yes, that guy's mohawk has an exclamation point at the back. That's why it made the alert sound when he woke up from his nap and faced away from us. Is because it was the exclamation point. That's also why she said he doesn't like people behind him. And if you get behind him and stand there, then he freaks out and he tells you not to do that. Isn't that a funny joke, guys? Isn't that a funny visual gag with a joke attached?
It's great. Like one of my favorite things is when people explain.
Oh,
stuff
now
to
they're
me.
competent. Oh, my bad. It's only, they've got the cutscene competence. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Cutscene competence. As opposed to where you're like blowing them away like dandelions.
How many magazines you got for that? Is that a good idea? You should buy more magazines from Drebin. Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
My gun?
The nanomachine network
Sorry.
inside each unit member's body lets us share each other's senses.
See?
They can see what I see.
They can smell what you
And
smell.
it helps control pain.
Is that part of the system, too?
With SOP, my team can literally.
Oh yeah,
operate
that
as
system's
one.
called SOP. All the nanomachines, it's SOP. Now that would mean standard operating procedure,
Except
but
for
instead it
some-
means
someone who's
nanomachines
not much
because
of a
it sounded
team
cool as
player.
an acronym.
So,
That's
what do you
Kojima.
think? Is your age of heroes finally over?
He's like, old shitty McPoot-Poot there can't seem to handle his biscuits.
Never was.
I'm just a man who kills a lot of people in the pursuit of the goals
You
of my
haven't
government.
changed at all, Snake. But
He's like, I have a mortgage. It's almost paid off.
are you gonna be all right?
I think he does, canonically.
Get up doubles.
It said he, like, moved into an Alaska wilderness log cabin in, the opening of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Liquid's camp is up
And then they
ahead.
dragged him back
We'll
in.
mark it on your map.
Thanks.
You know, I don't, it's
Why
so weird.
hand
All these
signals? You guys
choices,
can think to each other.
they can't.
Akiba!
They can't think to each other.
One man's blunder can compromise the whole team.
You know, Akiba is a really
Sorry,
awful
Commander.
choice for a code name or a call sign, because it's 3 kind of difficult to distinguish syllables, and it's in a foreign fucking
Be careful,
language.
Snake.
Don't worry, we all do this all the time. It's just fun.
I mean, they could have called him Shit Pant. That probably tracks over the radio. This is Shit Pant 6.
I don't like it. I don't
like Shit
I
Pants
don't like
6?
I don't like how they stack up in the open. And you're like, guys, have you heard of cover or concealment? Let's have this conversation in the middle of an open area with like
Yeah, we're in a
unchecked
parking
corners, and
garage.
they just stand there
Yeah,
like it's a
I confirmed
picnic.
the
I would be
location.
like in a hole under the
North
ground,
where
and
you
I'd be like, how are we
Apparently
getting
very
out of here?
caged,
I'm
hasn't she,
scared.
Snake? She's a lot more self-assured.
I wonder how much of that has to do with the system.
The tiny
Since
chest
you
rig on the
used to
big
develop
dude.
through
Okay,
extended training
as a
and
big dude,
experience,
that's what
Gavi
plate
obtained
carriers
gotta be
look like
working
on me.
for them.
It's like a little dinner
Seems
plate
like
and the
you're
center
under
of my
systems
chest. I'm
control.
very
You don't even need
self-conscious about
experience
it.
at all. It even beats that VR training that was all the rage a few years back.
Yeah. The growing need for PMCs has led to the creation of a more reliable...
All that VR
cost-effective
training that was the
supply of
rage.
soldiers.
And he just goes,
It's
it wasn't the
also made
rage.
the
You
child
forced
safety
me to do
phenomenon
it.
more
So
problematic
his
than
name
ever.
is a shitty reference to
nanomachines do anything to
Akihabara,
counteract
which is an
post-traumatic
electronics
stress
district in
disorder?
Tokyo.
Good question. They might provide
Wow.
a degree of psychological stability.
You'd think so.
Sunshine Temple says
Kid
what?
Akiba, he was
Yeah,
really
my
starting to lose it.
And
exact reaction as
technologically,
well,
the system
sir.
should be able to optimize each soldier's personality.
Oh, there's a
traits.
ton of
And
PMCs,
that big guy.
and they all fight
he
each
doesn't
other,
seem to be
except when they
feeling any
don't.
pain at all.
Augmenting the soldier's existing experience and psychological
So,
But a soldier's
well,
gotta
it depends
have
on
more
what you're
than
doing,
that.
Goat.
the times have
Because a
changed,
plate
Snake.
carrier is pretty
Just
much
like
your only
an arrow.
option if you want rifle protection.
Snake, hurry
The
to the
best
PMC
systems,
camp.
in my
Based on what
opinion,
Merrill told
are a
us,
combination
liquid
soft
should be
armor
there.
with plates for
Oh,
fragmentary.
what Goat is getting at, what I'm talking shit about, is how people will sit there and get the tiniest plate carrier they can, the thinnest, cuttest one, and be like, all right, brother, now I'm set for the apocalypse. And I'm like, so
Okay,
you're
time to
telling
head for
me
the
that you're
surface.
hoping that every other person you're against is a trained enough shooter to put everything dead center in that little plate you spent so much money on?
Yeah.
And they have nothing else. They have no medical equipment. They have nothing. They have spent all their money on a plate carrier, and they're like, this is my magic shield, brother. And I'm like, if they shoot you right in it, that is correct. It may help.
Admittedly, hanging around chatting where you just murked 4 dudes may lean away from cool and more towards fooling. Hello there, this is Otacon, or not. Alright, so we've got, I think, like 15 minutes? Yeah, we've got about 15 minutes, and I believe this is a boss fight as soon as I'm out of here.
All right, so
So-
we could end here.
Yeah, we should probably end here. Oh, I got box camo. Hold on, I gotta save box camo. Yeah, wood surface. Look at that. Ass like
know-
a plank.
I think this is what planking is now.
Plank's ass.
Yeah, that's what this is. He just starts walking toward him, and they're like, it's the mahogany man.
Yeah, I gotta save this. Yep, there we go. Saved the wood camo. So we'll save the game, and we will call this an evening. I'm finally happy.
Let's
be
use
able
the
to,
wood camo. We need to use the wood camo more. We need to assault people as the wooden man.
You want? Okay, we'll have to remember that for next time.
The wooden man.
So, on that note, we are happy to finally be able to bring this to the stream. It was a fight getting it to work even as well as it has. We only had, 3 crashes tonight? That's a win.
Yeah.
That, frankly,
that's
with
a
this
win.
game, that's a win. The
That's a
fact that
win.
it
It
hasn't been
worked.
chugging through
It
all
worked.
of that.
It worked, and it's mostly at the right speed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
this
passed
is a win.
666 quotes on this one.
Yeah, so that's always good.
So, all right, on that note, we're going to get out of here. You have an excellent rest of your evening, everybody. And watch out for Cooking on the Rim here in a few minutes.
Indeed. And wish him luck. All right. Later.
Is everyone happy after some technical difficulties?
Speaking of technical difficulties, the controller's not working again.